Hi, this is Sheree from shreescraftygirls.com. Thank you for joining me today. Today my project is to make this beautiful star-topped hexagon box. Yesterday I made this carnival tent top box. Now they're made from the same measurements, they're just folded slightly different. This one has been decorated by stamping the top and using a piece of DSP paper which measures 1 1/4 by 1 3/4. This one has been stamped on the top, sides are left plain, and a beautiful punched out design on the side. This one has been stamped all over and it's got the punched out design on the top, on the side, and this is the one we're going to make today. Now, taking a piece of cardstock that measures 11 inches by 6 inches, we are going to stamp all over. If you're going to make the design where it is just stamped on the top, what I would suggest you do is you score so that you know where the top edge is and then it finishes, so you don't go over the sides. But because I want to do an all over design today, we're actually going to stamp all over, and I'm going to use Wisteria Wonder because I think that's such a pretty little colour ink pad, and I'm also going to use the large butterfly from the Papillon Popure stamp set. It's a very pretty one, and I'm going to use this lace design one. Okay, so taking your stamp and some scrap paper. Sorry, I'm going to randomly stamp just all over the cardstock. You can use whatever design you like. You can use flowers, just sentiments, anything that takes your fancy. Just randomly stamp it on all over your box. There we go. And while we've got this stamp out, I'm actually going to stamp some little 5 or 6 little butterflies. I think we want 5, so we do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we'll quickly punch them out using the elegant butterfly punch that goes with the set, and we'll just punch them out very quickly. And they'll go around the side of the box. And it just fits it so perfectly. And last one. And then we'll put those to the side. Pop them to the side, and we'll use those later for the decoration on the side. Bringing back our piece of cardstock and taking our scoring tool, we are now going to score with this long side at the top, and we're going to score at 1 3/4, 3 1/2, 5 1/4, 7, 8 3/4, and 10 1/2. Keeping your cardstock where it is with a long side at the top, we're going to notch at 7/8, 2 5/8, 4 3/8, 6 1/8, 7 7/8, and 9 5/8. Now, turning, so your notches are on the right hand side of your scoreboard and your short side to the top, you're going to score from top to bottom 2 and 4. Okay. Pop that out of the way. Now, with where you've got the notches, I don't know if you can see that, can you? Where the notches are, you're actually going to score from the notch to the corner, from the notch to the corner, all the way across your cardstock, and that's going to make the pretty little top. So taking a steel ruler, you're going to score quite deeply and as deep as you can, because you haven't got the grooves on this like you have on the scoring board, so it does need a little bit more pressure. So from the corner up to your notch, from your notch down to your corner, trying to keep it as accurately as you can so it makes it a nice fold from the corner to your notch, from your notch to your corner. Now you need to do that all the way across, as I say, as deeply as you can, because it makes it easier for you when you come to folding your box, the box lid I should say. So right the way across, using as much pressure as you can without actually tearing the cardstock, because that wouldn't be fun, would it? From notch to corner, corner to notch, and down again. Last one. And now we're going to do some folding and some burnishing. Getting your bone folder, fold up all your score lines and score them. Score them, crease them as neat as you can and as firmly as you can, because you like a nice crisp. When you're making boxes, it does need the nice crisp score line. All the way across your box. And now to do the diagonal. Now the diagonal is a little bit awkward, but with a little bit of gentle perseverance and showing it who's boss, you just gently fold and score your creases. Oops. And so if you can make them as firm as you possibly can, right to the corner to the top, excuse me, because that is what makes a lovely shape on the top, and it will be easier for you if you can make sure that it's right in the corner to the top. I hope my head's not getting in the way here. All the way across, folding and scoring those diagonal lines. A nice little piece of effort. Last one. There we go. Lovely. Now, this last tiny little, where you've got your scores, diagonal scores at the top, you're going to the bottom and you're going to remove just the first rectangle to the first score line. So snip up there and remove that rectangle. Cutting up the bottom score lines to form the base of your box. There it is. And taking some Fast Fuse snail, I don't think snail's really strong enough, but you can use it, or some sticky tape. Just go down the tab and seal the box. So we're going to remove the backing of your sticky tape, construct your box, keeping the seam facing upwards, take your top 3 tabs and just put some sticky tape or some fast fuse along the base of your box. The 3 that are got the inside facing up. Across those 3. Keeping your seam in your left hand, because that's going to form the back of the box and that's going to form the front of the box, so it looks nice when you fold it over. Taking the sides, you're going to remove your backing from your sticky tape, keeping it as diagonal as you can. Align the two flaps so the sides correspond with each other, and gently push it together. Where's the seam gone? There, so we're going to use these 2. Again, take off your backing and fold these 2 so the sides of either flap align, and just stick it together. And then your last one, which should be back in the front. Oops, it's got a piece of my hair on it. Just going to take that taken off. Align the seams, and there's your box, the base of your box. Taking your steel ruler, just give it a little push down to make sure that all the sticky tape is connected with one another. Now with this box, what we did is we had the diamond, the triangle coming outwards, and the seam, the score line went inwards. Now with this one, we're going to bring the score line out and just pinch all the way around. Okay. Then taking our handheld punch, with the seam, the score line, you're just going to punch a hole in each of those all the way around. There we go. On each and every one of them. And that's what's going to give us our lovely star shape on our box lid. Last one. There we go. Taking our ribbon, we're going to, on this one, we went behind the triangle. Now to form the star, we're going to go in front of the triangle. So our very first, finding the back of our box, which is there, we're actually going to bring the ribbon across the top of the triangle. So if you go down where the seam, where the full score line is, go to the left hand side of it and go in that one first, and thread your ribbon through, and then this is where we do our lovely sewing motion out, in. Perhaps if I'd used thinner ribbon it would have been easier, but never mind. We will persevere. So again, using the sewing motion, in and out, right the way around the box. And it's quite surprising, you think you're going to need a lot more ribbon than you actually do, because you think you're going to run out. But once you've pulled the ribbon through and pulled the top close, it's surprising how much ribbon is actually left over. So don't think you've got to pull lots and lots and lots through. You really haven't. Oops. Out there. Just a little bit, I think. Just to get me around. In there. Nearly done. Out there. Oops, ouch. in this one, and we're back to the beginning. Okay, pop it through. Goodness me, this one doesn't want to go, does it? So I've reached the end. There we are. And slowly and carefully, just see what I mean, there's so much ribbon left over. And there is your beautiful star. Cut some ribbon. I'm going to use a bit more because I'm very bow-phobic. And I'm really not very good at tying bows, so I'm giving myself plenty of ribbon. And I'll give it a go and see what happens. I do apologise if it doesn't, because I'm really not very good at doing bows, as you all know. So let's give it a go and see what happens. Trying to make a pretty little bow on the top of your box. And there we have. That's not too bad actually. Well, that's not too bad. Trim it up. And there you have your pretty little bow on your box. That's not too bad, is it? Okay, clearing all that out of the way, we're now going to do the sign, the label, and put the butterflies on. So, excuse me, I'm going to use the decorative label punch and some Wisteria Wonder cardstock. That's my backing label. And then I'm going to get some Whisper White cardstock, just a little piece, that's all you need. If I can find one, there we go. And I'm going to stamp a sentiment, whoops, and that says just for you, and that comes from the Tiny Sentiments, Teeny Tiny Sentiments stamp set, which is so versatile. It has so many little sentiments on it. It covers virtually every occasion I can think of, to be quite honest. It's a very nice set to have. So taking your Wisteria Wonder, keeping with the theme of the stamps that we've used, I'm just simply going to stamp the sentiment in the centre like that. That's just for you. And I'm going to punch that out with a 1 1/4 inch circle punch, and I'm going to keep that as quite high to the top of the actual circle. And I'm going to take my scrap piece of paper again. I'm going to put, from the same butterfly set, I'm going to use the smaller version, and I'm just going to put him like that offset, which I think looks quite pretty. And taking a sponge or a dabber, I'm just going to soften the edges with a Wisteria ink pad all the way around. Isn't that pretty? Just softens it a little bit. But that's all the inking we've done, so we can pop that away. Taking our dimensionals, I'm going to put one on the back of the actual sentiment itself and pop that in the centre of our decorative label, and I think I will put 2 on the back of the decorative label and pop that onto our box. Obviously on the front, you can have it at the bottom, in the middle. I think I'm going to pop it there. Then taking our butterflies that we punched out earlier, I'm going to get some glue dots and very simply taking the dot and popping my butterfly all around the sides. There we put the butterflies on all five sides of the box, put on the label, and there we have our pretty little hexagon box. I do hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Check out the one to make the top that looks like a circus tent top. Until then, my lovelies, take care. Bye.